And hello to you YouTubers. Delicious. Anyways, getting a game I recently, but playing a game I recently got. I'm not. It's not a giveaway. I'm sorry. As you can see, getting a game I recently, but playing a game I recently got. I'm not. It's not a giveaway. Just a second. You can probably hear the problem. Well, the problem is fixed now. There's no need to worry. But here we go. You'll see I've made absolutely no progress. Like as you can see right here, progress 0, ego point 0. Honestly, ego points, they might be a bad thing. I mean, just look at Ego Raptor. He gained ego points and it went horrible for him. He got fat. Have you seen the 50 trophies to unlock? No.
Some post for you, Poirot.
Mr. Hercule Poirot, you fancy yourself, don't you, at solving mysteries that are too difficult for our poor thick-head British police? Let us see, Mr. Clever Poirot, just how clever you can be. Perhaps you'll find this nut too hard to crack. Look out for handover on the 21st of the month. Yours extra, A, B, C.
Oh, it's some sort of joke.
Maybe, but please remind me to inform Chief Inspector Japp.
So, I mean, that's etc., not extra. That'd be not But, he sounds like a British French accent. It's kind of weird. Is that our killer? Well, thanks for spoiling it, game. I only just started it and I already know who the killer is. Can't take the sun. Yeah, the graphics don't look too bad. It's an interesting
It's
cell.
here, Poirot. The murder took place in this street. Grim place indeed.
Tout à fait, Hastings. The streets of Andover are in a terrible state.
Look, there's Chief Inspector Japp. He's talking with a policeman.
Let us try not to get our shoes wet.
Alright. So, very important mission. Know to get your shoes wet, even though it matters little. I will give a fair bit of warning. I played a bit, just so I know how the controls work. This time I didn't get my shoes wet.
Over here, it's Hastings and Poirot. You missed the 9 o'clock train?
We took the 10:30. Luckily the service is good to Andover.
So, Chief Inspector, what do we have?
The victim is called Alice Asher. She owned this tobacco shop. She was killed yesterday with a blow to the back of the head.
At what time?
Let me just check.
Now we're just looking at him. Talk or inspect. Time to inspect. Find 3 clues that agree with Hercule Poirot's remark.
Is Japp being too relaxed? Let us find the clues that prove it. Japp is in a good mood. I bet he thinks he's already caught the culprit.
The last customer to see Mrs. Asher alive left her shop at 5:30. The body was found at around 11 in the evening by an officer doing his rounds. The shop door was open. That's what alerted him.
Had anything been taken?
A little tobacco maybe, but you'd hardly murder for a few smokes. There's nothing of any real value in the shop.
What type of woman was Mrs. Asher?
In her 50s, married but separated, no children.
Her husband?
Aha, Franz Asher, the husband. Alcoholic and violent. It's said that he regularly insulted his wife and threatened to kill her.
It's too obvious. Hey, listen here. Just because something's obvious doesn't mean it's wrong.
Do you think he's guilty?
We'll look for Franz Asher. If he doesn't have an alibi, the case is closed. A very unoriginal murder.
Peut-être. May I examine the crime scene?
No!
Of course, old chap.
I'll be with you in a minute, Poirot.
So, something I only found out when I was trying to get this stream started was that there's actually more than one game of this. This is the most recent game. Objectives: inspect the crime scene. Here we have some information about Al Zasher, but stuff we already know. Oh wait, no. Didn't tell us that. And this is just basically how you make him decide things. Here you're making Periot's little grey cells work. The aim is to answer the questions he asked himself by establishing the links between the clues in order to deduce an answer. Slide the clues onto the empty box to fill the holes. No, yeah, that's pretty important. That's not really. This does not really have any curveillance, circumvalence, whatever the word is. It's not connected, is what I'm saying. So we need more info. If only we could take those bags of money. Even though it's probably just flour. Just check over things. Oh, yep, see, we can look over here. Also,
The place is unusually tidy for a crime scene.
Also, a tip for anyone who's going to play this game: when it starts to zoom in, just don't move it. When the rest of the screen darkens, go ahead and
Nothing suggests any sign of a fight.
like move around the area. It's around there. Though, I guess darkens is the wrong word because I have a little experience with this, as I do, in fact, wear glasses. But, it actually did look like, oh look, he's, making his glasses smaller? It's kind of weird. Observe the object from all angles by holding the click and moving the mouse.
It's not just any railway guide.
It's ABC. Whatever that's supposed
It's
to be.
open at the letter A. There are no prints on the book. The counter is covered with fingerprints all on top of one another. Unfortunately, it will not be possible to use them.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... I mean, like, oh look, so many fingerprints, but I mean, like, how are you supposed to know which is which? It's not like that's incriminating evidence. Oh, you touched the counter once! Oh yes, I went to this store and bought some cigarettes yesterday. Ah, so you're the murderer then! Wait, what? You see?
Red liquid is oozing out. Is it blood?
There must be a head inside.
No. It's just some strawberries that are losing their juice. They probably come from the fruit and vegetable shop opposite.
It would have been better to say right beside, seeing as how that's more accurate to where those strawberries come from. I'm gonna let you know, guys, since I already solved some of these puzzles, I'm not gonna be as quick as solving them later on in the game. Objects hide secrets behind complex mechanisms. It is up to you to decipher them in order to find what they are hiding. Observe the object from all angles by holding the click and moving the mouse. Zoom in by clicking on the part of the object with the left button of the mouse. Zoom out using the right button or click on the arrow icon. Some elements move by holding the left click of the mouse and moving it.
The till does not appear to have been touched. I have to check that nothing is missing from it.
So, if you try to open it,
Something is preventing the drawer from opening.
You can't. It's illegal. So you have to look around a bit. Oh yeah, see, an 8 with 2 negative signs. At least that's what I thought when I first saw it. And look, a -5 with another negative. I was kind of being a little bit dumb. I wasn't thinking, oh, it's 8, then 5, and then the next number. Ah, boy. But anyways, I figured that out.
A mechanism has just made a faint click.
So faint, in fact, that I didn't hear it. But now, you can properly open it.
The till is full of money, but there is something strange.
Yes, right here, there's a 2. Let's find out more about
Something is hidden underneath.
And so, you put the code in.
This must be the key to the back of the shop.
There we go. And now to inspect the body.
She just has one wound on the back of the head. There are no other wounds or signs of a struggle.
Are you sure? She kind of looks like she had a stomachache.
The body is hidden by the counter and is not visible from the tobacco shop store. Many customers must have thought that Mrs. Asher had popped out.
You know, like some kind of bubble gum.
She has a packet of play cigarette next to her hand. Did she drop it when she fell?
No, she threw him down in a fit of rage.
This poor woman's head is resting in a very even-shaped pool of blood. This poor woman's head is resting in a very even-shaped pool of blood.
The same one, then. Let's see, what else is there?
I can't see any other mark on the floor.
That was her body. That was her arm. It's even right next to her elbow. This man's insane. Well, let's go ahead and go to these. Is theft the motive for the crime? We might have something. The till is untouched and full of money. Yes, that's good. Theft is not the motive for the crime.
The motive is definitely not financial gain. There is no sign of a struggle, and the till has not been forced or emptied.
And I believe there's more we can solve, possibly? Was Mrs. Asher killed on the site? Oh, we have all of them. A pool of blood near her head. The body was found at 11 p.m. Mrs. Asher was seen alive at 5:30. No other marks on the floor. Is that a good one or a bad one? I guess it means what you're trying to just choose. But the pool of blood is pretty discriminating.
Mrs. Asher was killed here. The absence of marks in the shop and the regular shape of the blood stains indicated beyond a doubt. There are cigarettes packets in a mess on the shelf.
There you go.
So, Poirot, any news?
You're a pirate!
So, an ABC guide with no fingerprints but prints all over the counter.
Normally, the tobacco shop does not sell ABC guides.
Exact. Mon ami, could you have a word with the neighbors? Some may have seen something.
Of course, my friend, I'll do it straight away.
And he was never seen again. Poor, whatever his name was. New objective, and let's check out the... How to explain the ABC guide? Oh, we have everything again. So I'm gonna say, yeah, that's kind of obvious. No objects of value. That's not really anything. There, that one's very incriminating. Let me pick it up. There are no fingerprints on the guide. I guess this is the best one then. Stuff by the murderer as a signature.
The murderer deliberately left behind this ABC as a signature. The absence of fingerprints and the fact that it is open at letter A for Andover leaves little doubt.
Why did you say for Andover, by the way? I never really got that when I first saw it. Which was today. But still.
The door is locked.
Then let's just pull out that key. There we go, the bedroom. I wonder if we could get up to a new
Blood.
blood. What is he, a vampire?
Did Alice Asher suffer from nosebleeds?
No, she was the vampire.
An inscription in German. Souvenir of our honeymoon in the Black Forest. To my Alice forever, Franz Asher.
Since when could
The
you
Ashers were a lovely couple when they were young.
Since when could you speak French? I mean German. It's obvious you can speak French. Probably come from France. Take the table! No, not that table, you fool! Thinking. Come on, right here. Here we go, here we go.
Such a pretty decoration should be at the center of the motif to respect the symmetry.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Let's just... Blah. I did not mean to do that. Oh wait, is this it? You made it sound like it's supposed to be there. So let's go ahead and try it out. Oh, yep, here we go. There's probably multiple ways to solve this one.
I heard a faint sound as if something was unlocked.
But at last, nothing was. An upside down bird. Same bird, get right set up. Let's fix that. Maybe we'll see that Dragon Ball picture. This bird is sideways. You know, the one where Bulma is shown to be upside down. At least I think it was Bulma. A bird just looking up. Oh, I guess the other one was okay then. Here we go. Into a woman's personal belongings.
Medicine.
I don't really know why they even did this. Could just
Laudanum-based cough medicine, Mrs. Asher, and Dover Morley Laboratory, London. It's strange to find such an elaborate medicine from a leading London laboratory in the home of such a modest woman.
Yeah, she was probably sick. You ever think of that? Being kind of rude.
From Mr. Adam Flint, Royal Bank, Eastfield Road, Andover. To Mrs. Alice Asher, 5 Bishops Road, Andover. Dear Mrs. Asher, further to your request of 12 February 1935, I have informed my superiors of your wish to apply for a loan to acquire the lease of the shop you rent from Mr. Fairfax. Despite the seriousness of your case, I regret to inform you that your request has been denied. The amount of your personal contribution, £11, is not high enough and represents too small a part of the final transaction. I remain at your disposal for any questions. Adam Flint. Mrs. Asher's meager savings were not enough for her to own the tobacco shop, but will largely cover her funeral costs.
Yeah, and that's how you know this game is set in a long time ago, because otherwise, that would be very little.
What a strange box. It looks like you have to slide the slats of wood to open it.
Thank you for that clue. It's like that one, the Rush Hour game.
This
you guys ever
button
played that?
appears to activate a mechanism.
Oh yes, and also you'd think it would be the top, but it's actually not. It's just like, oh look, and move this piece of board down.
It is blocked.
Well, I guess not that piece directly. I mean, exactly. Some other piece. This one must be. And what piece did that activate? Here we go. Now we move it. Why does she bother locking things in such an intricate way? It seems like such a waste of time.
That should do it.
And in this box she hid jewelry. And a picture of somebody.
A necklace of bright blue stones.
You mean sapphire?
Who is this young woman?
Probably her when she was younger. Can't flip it that way.
To my dear Aunt Alice, Mary Drower.
Alright then. Kind of interesting, are you?
Have you found anything?
The victim has a niece. We must find her.
Question her. Lock her up. I care not what happens to her, I just want her in jail.
I think I've looked everywhere here. Let us see if I can find any more information in the shop's surroundings.
Yeah, last time I went and looked over here, but whatever.
This interior is very simple.
Dun dun dun! Bucket. Oh.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
I mean, you could probably just look at her expenses and find that out, like, and just make sure that's not just old stuff that she never bothered to replace. Honestly, I'm surprised that she became a suspect. It's like, oh yes, a picture from this person that she may not have even seen in years. Yes, obvious suspect. But that's all we have. Which means we have to go outside. How dreadful. It's days like these that I do wish to not stay inside. There's a single gear, alright then. Talk to this madam. She knows who you are eating.
4 pence a lettuce, a lovely large lettuce, 4 pence only.
Here we go.
This woman appears to be a smoker.
She ate 10 people. Not the wine.
She's a big smoker. She must have been a customer at the tobacco shop.
Yes, excuse me. Your hair's untied. Let's just
Did you know Alice Asher well?
And for starters, who are you?
I'm Hercule Poirot, the detective.
You're foreign, that's for sure, with your accent and your odd way about you. And you're here about Alice's murder, I suppose. Well, I've nothing to say to you.
Did you speak to the victim yesterday?
No, I never saw her.
Let's just be nice, because that's what you do with difficult people. You got that? Or you just be difficult back. It's so much satisfying that way. Much more satisfying that way, but hey.
Please try and help me, madame.
Why should I help you? For your beautiful moustache? Heh. Come on, move along now. You're scaring away my customers.
Please, do not be ridiculous.
Accuse her of lying. Say that the victim came to see her. Say that she went to the tobacco shop. I think this one is the most accurate. Or it's that one. Yes. Let's just say that the victim came to see her.
I know that Alice Asher bought strawberries from you yesterday.
Well, you know more than I do then. Run along now. I have work to do.
Alright then. Yeah, it's a bit more of a suspect than you'd think. Let's try.
You again? I've nothing to say.
Not very cooperative with the police, is she? Nothing else, huh? Can't go inside there? Let's go to the other side then, see if there's anything there.
Hey, Poirot! Is the greengrocer causing trouble? I'll sort her out.
No, please, leave her, Chief Inspector. I'll get her to talk later.
I've found the victim's niece. She's waiting for you in the back of the shop.
Thank you, mon ami. I'll question her.
Doesn't she live like doesn't she have to get on a train in order to get to there? Sheesh. Oh look, I got a new one. What was Mrs. Asher doing when she was killed? Yes, this one, good. Pockets in a muddle on the shelf. This one right here. And this one. Yes, good. I should mention, by the way, that I've gone past what I've already done. She was taking a packet of cigarettes from the shelf.
The murderer probably pretended to be a customer. He hit the shopkeeper from behind as he turned around to serve him.
The fiend. Can we establish the time range? Well, I mean, we know some of the time range. But finally, something useful, right? Yeah, I think these are the only two we're going to be able to get. What? Wait, what is this? What is this? Can we reduce this time range and why? Let's see. She has just one wound on the back of the head. Left a sign ABC announcing Andover murder. A clue is missing. No railway guide for sale in tobacco shop. Because of the counter, the body's not visible from the tobacco shop's door. I think this is one of them, but I think the other clue is the one that we need. Can we establish the time range? Yeah, that's right. Alright. So, she's over here then. I thought she'd be in the room. Oh no, she's just crying.
Japp had the body removed out of respect for the victim's niece. His attention is commendable.
He even cleaned up the blood somehow. We were out there for like 5 minutes. She's just crying very loudly. Can't inspect her, huh? Oh, we can. Let's see if she's
Is
actually
her grief
crying.
sincere? She appears to be very upset. She's dressed in mourning. She looks fragile.
Punch her and she'll break into pieces like glass. Demand that she stops crying. Get yourself out of that crying.
You were very fond of your aunt, am I right?
She was the only family I had since my mother died.
Ding dong, ding dong. And just gonna ask about the children. We already know that she didn't have any.
Your aunt did not have any children, is that correct?
No, she was separated from her husband.
What do you think about Franz Asher, your aunt's husband?
He never left her alone. Poor aunt. She used to drop by all the time and make a scene.
Yeah, I think it's
Was your
better.
aunt afraid of her husband?
He shouted a lot, but she wasn't afraid of him. Why, he used to slink away when she turned on him. He was afraid of her, if you like.
Oh, well, that was be interesting.
Did your aunt enjoy good health?
She had a bad throat, but she was well cared for by a doctor in London.
Okay.
Does Franz Asher work?
All he's done for years is drink and gamble, but he used to be a very good cabinet maker.
What does he live on?
My aunt used to give him 5 shillings a week.
Alright then, so he made that, and yeah, the medicine was because she was sick, you freaking weirdo.
Why did she support such a goods for nothing?
He was her husband. She couldn't leave him with nothing.
I understand. You have been of great assistance, mademoiselle.
Definitely French. Like British French, something, I don't know. Definitely at least somewhat French.
Please take this young lady home.
My pleasure.
Well, this Franz Asher does not seem to be quite so dangerous as Jack says. And since Alice Asher gave him money regularly, it was not in his interest to kill her.
Let's see what's in here. Nothing. Well, what about the... Nope, still don't have that clue. Let's see, what else was there? Ching, 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 ching. Let us see. She's the suspect now. Find the husband, eh? Well, I wish we could move quicker. Why'd you go over there? They clicked like right there. Weirdo.
We have to wait for him to sleep it off. He's all yours, Poirot. There are a few things I need to check.
There must be some way of sobering him up.
I wonder what his wife used to do. He must have scared the customers away.
Perhaps.
He's not in any condition to be questioned. I have to find a way to sober him up.
Yeah, but you could observe. Here you go.
It's Alice Asher's notebook.
Oh, I wasn't able to read that. Should have just waited.
Bodley. The fruit seller has debts too. She will probably be more cooperative thanks to this piece of information. Mary Drower was telling the truth. Mrs. Asher regularly gave money to her alcoholic husband.
Sounds like it was giving money to more people.
A box of new stockings.
Why do you have stockings? £10 doesn't seem like that much. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Can we? No, we cannot. Alright, let's see. Let's look at these strawberries, maybe.
Red liquid is oozing out.
No, it's not.
No, it's just some strawberries that are losing their juice. They probably come from the fruit and vegetable shop opposite.
Oh, come on then, what? Sober him up, but how? Let's just look over here, perhaps.
There are cigarettes packets in a mess on the shelf. He's not in any condition to be questioned. I have to find a way to sober him up.
Alright guys, at this point you can go ahead and try to help me because I'm at a loss. Perhaps I should look over again? I don't know.
A box of new stockings.
Does that have anything to do with it? Maybe in the book. No. Oh, Okay, let's go back into her room. Perhaps we'll find something. Let's just see. Would it be there? Would it be there? Would it be in there? Let's check in there. No.
From
No.
Mr. Adam. Despite this, Mrs. Asher's
Come on. Is that it then? Medicine? I don't think so. What is it then? That just has a photo, including some jewels, but I doubt she used the jewels.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
Yeah, that's all you're gonna do? Wait, really? 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 Alright then. Come on, let's find this. Dancing, where do you go dancing? I don't have a clue. Shh. Maybe over here?
Nothing suggests any sign of a fight.
Oh yes, that's true. Are you gonna kick me out of that now? Ugh, so be it. Let's go outside, talk to the guys. Maybe they know something. Or maybe I can talk to the girl. Let's try it. Let's do the rotten fruit, because we know that one's most likely true.
Your fruit is rotten.
What? A foreigner dares to say that?
According to the victim's account book, you owed her £10 for tobacco and magazines.
That's a lie. She owed me £1. I swear.
Enough lies!
It's not lies. But you're not quite as clever as what you think.
Now, please be so kind as to explain this.
Look at my account book. Alice owed me £11 for fruit and vegetables. I may have had a slate at her shop, but she had one at mine. She owed me £1. And that reminds me I have to get it back from her niece.
That is quite enough. Your account book has saved you, but I might ask Chief Inspector Japp to throw you in the cells for 1 or 2 nights while he checks your entries. Do you want to go to prison?
Prison? Now that's not fair. I haven't done nothing.
In that case, I am counting on your full collaboration.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Listen, I didn't kill Alice, I swear. But it's true that I did go to the shop yesterday.
At what time?
6 o'clock. She left me a note saying she wanted some strawberries if I got some. I received them late, about 6. So I took them over to her.
But you did not see her.
She wasn't in the shop, so I just put the strawberries on the counter and left.
Did you see anything unusual in the shop?
No. Well, maybe one thing. There was always a railway guide on the counter. Alice didn't sell them. Maybe it's the customer who left it there.
You were not alarmed?
I thought Alice had just gone to get her medicine from her room and that she'd be straight back.
You mentioned medicine.
Something for her cough. She used to take it a lot.
Who do you think killed her?
France. Her scoundrel of a husband. He was always after her for something. Well, he's a foreigner. Sorry, sir. What I mean is he's German. That's even worse.
Did you see Franz Asher enter the tobacco shop late yesterday afternoon?
Well, no. But at that time of the day, the streets are packed, and I have better things to do than watch her shop.
Got her to talk. being a bit rude was a good decision. And I believe we have what we need. More so, she was most likely dead by then. 5:30 and 6. What? No explanation? Blah. Why did it even say that, owed her 10 pounds? Yep, just a witness now. He's the only suspect now, and I don't think he did it. So, at the very least, we have some new information. Oh, so they're here now.
The priority is to question Asher. The priority is to question Asher.
So you won't even let me talk?
He's not in any condition to be questioned.
Ugh.
I have to find a way to sober him up.
Well, how am I supposed to do that?
I've finished with this subject.
So money isn't the answer. Well, what am I supposed to do? Ah, boy. I'm supposed to find something to wake him up now, but what? I know cigarettes might not do. Alcohol and medicine was hers, not her husband's. What is it to be? The picture? Maybe. I doubt it though.
An inscription in German. Souvenir of our honeymoon in the Black Forest. To my Alice forever, Franz Asher. The Ashers were a lovely couple when they were young.
Oh boy, okay, you know what? Maybe it's that stone. Let's see.
I've finished with this subject.
Oh, can't even look at it anymore. But you're not finished with this, huh? You got medicine right here, and a thing right there that doesn't even matter to there. Let's check the medicine then.
Medicine.
Can I look underneath it? Nothing unusual. And once again, nothing unusual. Just right here.
Laudanum-based cough medicine, Mrs. Asher, and Dover Morley Laboratory, London. It's strange to find such an elaborate medicine from a leading London laboratory in the home of such a modest woman.
My goodness, why are you suspicious of that? It's just some medicine, isn't it? I guess that was an autosave. That's what I'm gonna say. What am I supposed to do? Oh yes, wake him up. But ow! Maybe the stove will help.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
You're not gonna let me do anything with the stove. Great. Anything that I can do from here other than, oh, comb my hair a bit? Come on, let me do something at least. Got dancing pictures right here. Another dancing picture. Well, let us leave. We'll see what we can do later.
There are cigarettes packets in a mess on the shelf.
Yes, so there is. Perhaps as one of these objects is one of the very few things that I look at that allows me to see.
It's not just any It's open at the letter A. There are no prints on the book.
Yes, I know what that is. Come on, what? Strawberries don't help. None of this helps. What am I supposed to do? Oh, come on. Can't even talk to him.
The priority is to question Asher.
Okay, the priority is to question him, right?
He's not in any condition to be questioned.
Oh,
I have to find a way to sober him up.
What am I supposed to do about that then, eh? How about we observe this thing again? It's the closest thing we've gotten so far.
There is nothing more for me to learn from this notebook.
There's nothing more. Well then, what about this? Is this the thing I have to learn from? Hey. That's actually kind of weird. It says there's two, but it won't. But this isn't one of them. What happened? Is there something else now instead? Or is the game just glitching? Let me try looking at it again. Maybe it was just. I think the game was just glitching. How very strange. I can look at the book still, but not that. I can learn nothing from this poor book.
There is nothing more for me to learn from this notebook.
It's a useless thing of paper mache. Ch. I don't know what to do. He's a cabinet maker. He doesn't work at the moment, so that's not going to help me. He's a notorious alcoholic. So do I need alcohol? Didn't mean to click that. But it doesn't seem like I can do anything else. Come on.
The priority is to...
Yes, the priority.
The priority...
The priority is to question Ash. No, I get it. What about outside? Is there something outside I can find? This is being very annoying.
Strawberries! Get your delicious strawberries here!
Hey, is that alcohol, though? Is that what I need?
I'll just borrow your bottle a moment.
Take it. It's what Alice used to sober up her husband. But try not to empty the bottle.
Well, there we go, finally. It's vinegar. I thought it was alcohol. Well, now we can question him, right?
Nothing suggests any sign of a fight.
Alright, yeah, that's fine and all, but come on. It's time to question her now, right?
Mes amis, I can say without a doubt that poor Mrs. Asher was killed between 5:30 and 6.
Killed when the street was packed with people. That's rather bold.
I've been talking to the neighbours, and...
No one's seen anything? Or rather, it's anything and everything. Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah. We must grill this villain Asher before he falls asleep again.
Now I can look at him, I have to wait for him to be awake.
This man is in rather a bad state.
I mean, it looks like he got in a fight. And...
This man has been fighting and he smells of alcohol.
But why has he been fighting? Just looking at him brings up more questions, and more questions bring up more chaos.
What were you doing yesterday at the time of the crime?
Can't recall.
Oh, he doesn't. He does something. Ask politely to cooperate. Let's just ask.
Come on, my friend. Try to remember. It is important.
I'm really sorry, sir, but I don't remember a thing.
I see. But maybe you do remember threatening to kill your wife?
So what? You shouldn't take things so seriously, sir. Nothing but empty threats. We didn't get on all that badly.
Are you often involved in fights?
I don't know what you mean.
Make fun of him for being beat up. Let's just accuse him.
Asher, look me in the eye and tell me that you were in a fight.
I'm looking. No, I wasn't in a fight.
You are right. Looking at the state of you, you did not defend yourself. So someone gave you a good beating.
A beating? No way. All right, he tore my coat and gave me a black eye. You see the state of him.
Very interesting. Who is the other that you struck?
Probably best if I tell you everything. Yesterday afternoon, I met Roderick Tanner. We'd bet on a dog fight together.
An illegal bet, naturally.
Yes, sir. Our dog won. Roderick got the money, but he refused to give me my share.
And you fought about it. What time was this?
In the evening, about 6, I think. We were on the other side of town. You see, I couldn't have killed my wife.
We'll go to jail for dog fighting.
Asher's alibi appears to be confirmed. All the same, I'm going to call and check that he did have a fight with this Tanner on the afternoon of the murder. You can never trust this sort of chap.
One thing is certain, Asher was a ruffian who used to beat his wife.
But he's not very educated. It certainly was not him who wrote the letter signed ABC. Let's resume, Hastings. We know the murderer pretended to be a customer. He did not kill her for money, that appears to be certain.
I agree with you on that point.
And the murderer left an ABC guide as a signature. Therefore, it's likely he wrote the letter.
Indeed, but that doesn't explain why and how he did it.
You are quite right. Why he did it is a mystery. But as for how he did it, we do know enough to try and reconstruct the events.
Alright then. Reconstruct the crime's course of events by selecting the actions the killer may have executed. Reconstruction. So how's this gonna work out?
The killer enters the shop.
He laughs out loud. Advance.
Mrs. Asher turns around to greet her customer.
As for...
The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her.
He then places the ABC on the counter before leaving.
The ABC was not found like that. We are not far from the solution, Hastings. Would you mind if we thought about it a little more?
Why would he look around? Shh. Now I have to go through the whole thing again, don't I?
The killer enters the shop.
Shh. Advance.
Mrs. Asher turns around to greet her customer.
Ask for...
The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her. He then places the ABC upside down before leaving.
Oh, I thought you meant he
Everything
turned around.
appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
So, that's not what I thought was supposed to be happening. Blah. I thought by turn around I meant
Asher
turn
has a
around.
strong alibi and we don't have any other suspect. But what was the point of this crime?
She had no debts. She gave Franz Asher money regularly. She wasn't owed money. Nobody stood to gain anything.
No doubt about it, the murderer is insane.
And I fear that we had not heard the last of him.
I hope you're wrong for once.
Bien, let's go back to London. If we hurry, we should catch the 7:02 train. Are you coming?
No, unfortunately, I have to talk with Andover Police.
See you soon, then. Are you coming, Hastings? Let's go home, there's nothing for us here.
Alright then.
Well, do you have any idea about the killer's identity?
The crime was committed by a man of medium height, with red hair and suspicious eyes. He has a slight limp on the right foot, and a wart just below his shoulder blade.
Poirot!
Mon ami, what do you want? You fix upon me a look of dog-like devotion and demand of me a pronouncement à la Sherlock Holmes. Now for the truth. I do not know what the murderer looks like, nor where he lives, nor how to set hands upon him.
What shall we do, then?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Do not be so impatient, Hastings. The killer will manifest himself soon enough.
But
I thought I heard the postman. Maybe there's some news.
It's
I will
another
go and see.
letter. Alright, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again. And remember, never let the dark side of your soul die out. Maybe later. Come on. What? What? What's going on here? Outputs.